Okay, so I have got a fear of, it's not a fear, it's a dislike. It's an extreme dislike for nail files. I don't like it when people flick their nails together. Send shivers down my body, just thinking about nail files. So, practice what I preach. I'm going to look at using EFT to see if I can get past this, okay? So, I bought one. And even just looking at it brings up some stuff. It sends a shiver down my spine. So, I'm going to start tapping before I even touch it, okay? Okay. Even though I really hate nail files, I just don't want to touch them. They make me feel a bit shivery. I'm choosing to look into this and see if I can let it go. Even though I really don't like nail files, and part of me doesn't really want to work on this, I'm choosing to accept myself and just be open. Even though when I even just think about nail files, I feel a real strong response in my body. I'm accepting myself despite this weird phobia. I really hate nail files. They make me feel funny. I get shivers down my back, shivers down my arms. I don't even want to pick it up. I don't want to pick up this nail file. I don't want to pick this nail file up. And part of me just wants to stop trying. Take a breath in. Oh, I don't know why I'm telling myself to take a breath in. Okay. I have this shivery feeling. This shivery feeling running down my neck, through my shoulders, and into my back. I don't like nail files. And I don't want to touch it. I don't like nail files. It makes me feel really shivery. I feel really shivery. Tingles running down my spine, down my shoulders, tingles down my neck. I feel really tight. I have these shivery feelings. This feeling of not wanting. These shivery feelings down my body. Okay, so the shivery feeling's gone. I'd say it was slightly still there. I'm going to look at it and check. Okay, so I don't immediately get the shivery feeling. There's a slight tension behind my shoulders, so I'm going to just tap on that, okay? This tight tension in my shoulders. This tingly sensation in my back. This weird feeling. And it feels really stupid because it's a nail file. This tingly feeling. This sensation in my back. This chilly tingle. Okay, so it's not really there anymore. And I can look at it without getting an immediate response. So I'm going to pick it up. And I feel better about picking it up. I know I can pick it up. I could pick them up before. But before I always knew I wasn't going to like it. But now I'm feeling like I'm more curious. Okay, so I'm picking up. I'm going to figure out what I don't like about this. So I'm really trying to stay in my body here. And I can feel, again, it's just kind of like shivers down my shoulders, from my shoulder to my elbow. The sound is the thing that's coming in. Even touching the sides of this and hearing this sound, that doesn't feel, I don't really like. Actually, that's okay. I didn't used to like that, but that's actually fine. I was preempting not liking it then, but actually it's fine. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So what don't I like about this? Okay. I need 3 hands because I need to tap. Okay, I'm just going to keep running my finger over it. So I would say on a scale at the moment, I'm probably about a 6. So it's not as extreme as it was, but I'm not really enjoying this. I'm going to skip the point under my arm just because ease of reaching. I don't like the jolt, that joltiness, that jolty feeling. The scratchy sound. I don't like this scratchy sound. This scratchy sound. This scratchy sound. Don't like this scratchy sound. I don't like this scratchy sound. I don't like this scratchy sound. I don't like the scratchy sound. Literally gonna have no nail left. I don't like this scratchy sound. I don't like this scratchy sound. The sound so much now doesn't really feel, that's fine. It's the bumpy sensation, like it's not smooth. I don't like it, the fact that it's not smooth. So this jolty bumpiness, this jolty bumpiness, this jolty bumpiness, this jolty bumpiness, this jolty bumpiness. It's not smooth. It's not smooth. Okay, I'm just going to take a break. Give this nail, I mean, it wasn't looking great anyway. Okay. Look what I've done to it. Brand new. Okay. So I'm just testing. So it's important to test. So again, this still brings a little bit of coldness to my body. The sound is fine. And actually the feeling doesn't feel that bad anymore. But there's still something there because I still get that coldness. Okay. Again, I'm just testing. Okay, so no memories are popping up. There's nothing that's coming up for me that, you know, I haven't got a terrible experience with the nail file that is popping up in my head at the moment. This is feeling better. but it's still a tingly sensation down my arms. And I've got a bit of a tension in my neck. So what I'm going to do is, I mean, the fact that I'm touching this and I'm rubbing this and this feels fine, actually. I would have been cringing before, but I still feel like it's not totally gone. There's still something. Okay, so I am going to just do one more round of tapping just to see if I can like ease off any more of this. I mean, to go from not really wanting to look at it to be able to hold it, it's that, I don't like that, but it's all right. It's fine. Like I can deal with it. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish it off because I think this has been pretty good so far. So I'm gonna take a breath in, breathing out. I'm just gonna let my shoulders relax. Okay, even though there's still something that I don't like about nail files, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. I accept that I've come so far in such a short period of time. Okay, even though I'm still holding on to something and I'm not sure what it is, I'm open to the possibility of letting it go. Something's popped into my head, so I'm gonna say in a minute. So even though part of me feels a bit quirky having this phobia, because it's a bit weird, I'm open to acknowledging that I'm weird without this phobia. And it's okay and it's safe to release it. So that was kind of like something that popped in. So when I started working, which is the first time I really remember having a real phobia of it, I was working in an office and there was somebody in the office that used to file their nails a lot. And actually, when I was there at this office, I was really struggling with anxiety and drinking, you know, on the weekends way too much, just not looking after myself. I was definitely in self-destruct mode and this job was not good. I had a boss who was probably trying to do the best that he could do with the nightmare person that he had. And there was a lot of bad experiences with this job. Lots of humiliation, lots of not wanting to be there. And I remember having this girl always filing her nails, and the next job I went to, somebody had a nail file on their desk next to me, and I just needed her to put it away, not even have it on the desk. And it was such a reaction, but it became like a funny thing for me to be scared of because it was weird and it was a bit quirky. And I really honestly hated it. I hated everything about nail filing, and clicking nails used to really get into my skin. I can't do that because I don't have long enough nails at the moment. I recognize the fact that maybe it was slightly more about nail files, in terms of there was something else attached to this. Maybe part of me needed to acknowledge that. I'm open to releasing this fear. And I'm open to this continuing to release. I give myself permission to let go, knowing that this phobia isn't a part of my identity. I give myself permission to be kind to myself. To let that part of me go. Because it wasn't really me. It was a memory. And the texture just felt wrong. So even though this doesn't need to be perfect, and there still may be other things, I give myself permission to release anything and let me move forwards. Okay. So I'm not getting a reaction in my body. There is still a little bit of that feeling of like shivers when I first touched it. But it's not stopping me from doing anything. I'm going to have really shiny nails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check in with this later down the line. And I'm going to see if this has continued to get better, because sometimes when you work on an issue with EFT, you do your work on it at the time, and then as time goes on, it kind of progresses and it becomes less and less and less because you kind of released it off. Sometimes if you haven't quite hit the nail on the head, there are certain elements that could come back, but like this feels fine. It's not creeping me out. It's not making me feel funny. So that's pretty good. There's a shape side. That's fine too. Thank you, EFT.